What comes to mind when you think of Norway? Perhaps it's the breathtaking fjords, the northern lights, or the fact that the sun never sets during summer. But did you know that Norway, a country known for its natural beauty and progressive values, is also home to a growing Muslim community? How does Islam, a faith deeply rooted in tradition, thrive in a land where the sun shines for 24 hours during summer and where Islamophobia remains a significant challenge? Today, we're diving into the story of Islam in Norway, a story of resilience, adaptation, and the quiet triumph of faith in the face of adversity. Norway, often called the land of the midnight sun, is a country of stunning contrasts. From its icy Arctic landscapes to its vibrant cities, Norway is a place where modernity meets tradition. It's a nation known for its high standard of living, progressive social policies, and deep respect for nature. But beneath this idyllic surface lies a complex social fabric, one that includes a growing and dynamic Muslim community. Islam in Norway is a relatively recent phenomenon, with most Muslims arriving as immigrants or refugees in the latter half of the 20th century. Today, Islam is the second largest religion in the country, with over 250,000 Muslims calling Norway home. Despite facing challenges such as Islamophobia and cultural integration, the Muslim community has not only survived but thrived, carving out a space for itself in Norwegian society. This journey begins in the 1960s, when the first wave of Muslim immigrants arrived in Norway, primarily from Pakistan, Turkey, and Morocco. Over the decades, this community has grown and diversified, with Muslims from Somalia, Iraq, and other countries adding to its rich tapestry. But the story of Islam in Norway is not just about numbers. It's about the resilience of a community that has faced prejudice, adapted to a new culture, and worked tirelessly to preserve its faith. The story of Islam in Norway begins in the 1960s, when the country experienced a labor shortage and began recruiting workers from abroad. Many of these workers came from Muslim-majority countries, bringing their faith and traditions with them. Initially, their presence was small and largely unnoticed, but over time they began to establish roots in their new homeland. The first mosques in Norway were modest, often housed in converted buildings or rented spaces. These early mosques served as more than just places of worship. They were community centers where Muslims could gather, celebrate, and support one another. Over time, as the Muslim population grew, so did the need for larger and more permanent mosques. One of the most significant milestones in the history of Norwegian Islam was the establishment of the Islamic Cultural Center Norway in Oslo. This mosque, with its distinctive minaret and dome, became a symbol of the Muslim community's growing presence and influence. Despite its growth, the Muslim community in Norway has faced significant challenges. Islamophobia, fueled by stereotypes and misinformation, remains a pervasive issue. Acts of discrimination, such as the burning of the Quran and verbal attacks on Muslims, have sparked outrage and protests both within Norway and internationally. One of the most shocking incidents occurred in 2019 in the town of Kristiansand, where a group of individuals attempted to burn the Quran in public. The act was met with swift condemnation from Muslims around the world, but it also highlighted the deep-seated prejudices that some Norwegians hold against Islam. Yet, in the face of such challenges, the Muslim community has shown remarkable resilience. Organizations like the Islamic Council of Norway have worked tirelessly to promote understanding and combat Islamophobia. They organize events such as Open Mosque Day, where non-Muslims are invited to visit mosques, ask questions, and learn about Islam. These efforts have helped to bridge the gap between Muslims and the wider Norwegian society. One of the most pressing issues facing the Muslim community in Norway is the question of integration. How can Muslims preserve their religious and cultural identity while adapting to life in a predominantly Christian and secular society? For many Norwegian Muslims, the answer lies in finding a balance between tradition and modernity. They embrace Norwegian values such as equality, freedom, and respect for diversity while staying true to their faith. This delicate balancing act is evident in the way Norwegian Muslims celebrate Ramadan and Eid, blending traditional practices with local customs. Ramadan in Norway is a unique experience, shaped by the country's extreme daylight hours. During the summer months, when the sun never sets, fasting can last up to 20 hours. To cope with this challenge, many Norwegian Muslims follow the fasting times of Mecca, or the nearest Muslim-majority country. Despite the long fasting hours, the spirit of Ramadan is alive and well in Norway. Mosques and community centers host iftar meals, where Muslims gather to break their fast together. These gatherings are not just about food. They're about community, connection, and the shared experience of faith. Eid al-Fitr, the festival marking the end of Ramadan, is a time of joy and celebration for Norwegian Muslims. Families gather for prayers, feasts, and festivities, creating a sense of unity and belonging. In cities like Oslo, Eid celebrations often include cultural performances, bazaars, and interfaith events, showcasing the diversity and vibrancy of the Muslim community. The growth of Islam in Norway would not have been possible without the leadership and dedication of Muslim community leaders. These individuals have worked tirelessly to build mosques, establish schools, and advocate for the rights of Muslims in Norway. One such leader is Lubna Jaffery, a prominent Muslim activist and politician. Jaffery has been a vocal advocate for diversity and inclusion, using her platform to challenge stereotypes and promote understanding. Her work is a reminder that leadership is not just about authority, it's about service, courage, and the willingness to stand up for what is right. The story of Islam in Norway is not just about the Muslim community. It's about the broader issues of integration, identity, and coexistence in a multicultural society. It raises important questions about how societies can embrace diversity while maintaining social cohesion. In Norway, the Muslim community's journey offers valuable lessons for other countries grappling with similar challenges. It shows that integration is not about assimilation, but about finding a balance between preserving one's identity and contributing to the wider society. While many Muslim leaders in Norway have worked to promote understanding and integration, there have been controversies as well. Some critics argue that certain leaders have failed to adequately address issues such as extremism and gender inequality within the community. These debates highlight the complexities of leadership in a diverse and evolving community. The story of Islam in Norway is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of faith. From its humble beginnings in the 1960s to its vibrant presence today, the Muslim community has overcome countless challenges to carve out a space for itself in Norwegian society. This journey is not just about survival. It's about thriving in a land that, while welcoming in many ways, has also tested the community's resolve through prejudice, cultural differences, and the unique challenges posed by Norway's geography and climate. The Muslim community in Norway has grown from a small group of laborers and immigrants to a diverse and dynamic population representing over 100 nationalities. This growth has not been without its struggles. Early Muslim immigrants faced isolation, language barriers, and the daunting task of preserving their religious identity in a predominantly secular society. Yet, through perseverance and unity, they built mosques, established cultural centers, and created networks of support that have become the backbone of the community. One of the most remarkable aspects of this journey is how Norwegian Muslims have adapted their religious practices to fit their new environment. For example, the challenge of fasting during Ramadan in a country where the sun barely sets in summer has led to creative solutions, such as following the fasting times of Mecca or neighboring Muslim-majority countries. This adaptability reflects a deep commitment to faith while respecting the realities of life in Norway. The Muslim community in Norway has also taken proactive steps to foster understanding and combat Islamophobia. Organizations like the Islamic Council of Norway have played a pivotal role in promoting dialogue between Muslims and non-Muslims. Initiatives such as Open Mosque Day, where mosques welcome visitors of all faiths, have helped demystify Islam and break down stereotypes. Education has been another key focus. Islamic schools, such as Urtehagen School in Oslo, provide a space where young Muslims can learn about their faith while also integrating into Norwegian society. These schools emphasize values such as tolerance, respect, and civic responsibility, preparing students to contribute positively to their communities. Women have been at the forefront of the Muslim community's growth and development in Norway. From leading educational initiatives to advocating for women's rights within the community, Muslim women have played a vital role in shaping the narrative of Islam in Norway. Figures like Lubna Jaffery, a prominent politician and activist, have challenged stereotypes and inspired a new generation of Muslim women to pursue leadership roles. The hijab, often a focal point of debates about Islam in Europe, has also become a symbol of resilience for many Norwegian Muslim women. Despite facing discrimination and prejudice, many women have chosen to wear the hijab as an expression of their faith and identity, challenging societal norms and asserting their right to religious freedom. One of the most profound challenges for Norwegian Muslims has been navigating the complexities of identity. How does one balance being Norwegian and Muslim? For many, the answer lies in embracing both identities fully. Young Norwegian Muslims, in particular, are redefining what it means to be Muslim in a modern, secular society. They are fluent in Norwegian culture, participate in national traditions, and contribute to the country's social and economic life, all while maintaining a strong connection to their faith and heritage. This dual identity is celebrated during cultural and religious events, such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, which have become vibrant occasions for the entire community. These celebrations often feature a blend of traditional Islamic practices and Norwegian customs, reflecting the unique fusion of cultures that defines the Muslim experience in Norway. Despite the progress made, challenges remain. Islamophobia continues to be a significant issue, with incidents of hate speech, discrimination, and even violence targeting Muslims. The rise of far-right movements in Europe has further exacerbated tensions, making it essential for the Muslim community to continue its efforts to promote understanding and counter prejudice. At the same time, there are opportunities for growth and collaboration. The Muslim community's active participation in Norwegian society, through politics, education, and cultural exchange, has the potential to enrich the country's social fabric. By continuing to build bridges and foster dialogue, Norwegian Muslims can play a vital role in shaping a more inclusive and harmonious society. The story of Islam in Norway is not just a local narrative, it holds lessons for the global Muslim community. It demonstrates that faith can thrive in even the most challenging circumstances, provided there is resilience, adaptability, and a commitment to positive engagement. Norway's Muslim community serves as a model for how Muslims can integrate into diverse societies, while maintaining their religious and cultural identity. As the community continues to grow and evolve, its story will undoubtedly inspire future generations. It is a story of hope, perseverance, and the enduring power of faith. A story that reminds us that no matter where we are in the world, we can find a way to belong and contribute to the societies we call home. With that said, thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, the true strength of a faith lies not in its numbers, but in the hearts of those who carry it forward. Assalamu alaikum.